What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out Rogue Fable 3. You guys will know by now, after all these years, that I'm a big fan of traditional roguelikes, and that's exactly what this game is. It's fairly refined, it's very fast-paced. I think it's got more in common with something like Tales of Maj'Eyal than it does with a lot of other roguelikes, just because it's very frenetic and it's very kind of hack-and-slashy. But it's also very colorful, it's got a suitable display style, and I think that the game is actually pretty fun. There's a lot of classes and a lot of things to dive into here. So we're going to spend the next 25 minutes or so taking a look at the game and seeing if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. If after watching this video you did indeed want to get the game for yourself, you can look down below in the description, and I will have a link for you as I always do. On top of that, you can also take a look down below and you'll find a link to my Discord where you're more than welcome to join me, ask me any questions about the games that I've been featuring on the channel, and on top of that, I also have a Twitch stream where I'm live most days of the week so that you can swing on through and interact with me live. Hit me with any questions you may have there, although sometimes it does get a little bit busy. I try to get everybody answered, and I try to get everybody talked to. Alright, so let's play some Rogue Fable 3. We'll start a new game here. There are, how many races? 8 races. There are 8 races, and there are 10 classes. That means that I think you've got 80 different options when you start out inside the confines of the game. You got everything from humans to ogres to trolls to fairies to gnomes. We've got mummies over here, gargoyles, and vampires. Okay, alright, sounds good. I don't know what I want to play. Let's go ahead and be a troll. That sounds really, really rad. So apparently I eat way more food than normal. I burn very easily. I get extra HP, and I regen really, really fast. Okay, let's start it off something simple. Let's go with a troll barbarian. That sounds like the play to me. Standard game, and let's start it off. You interact with the game world very simply. You can use W, A, S, and D to move around. You can use the arrow keys to move around. You can use, I'm pretty sure, the numpad to move around. I'm large, which means that, unfortunately, I cannot... Oh, I cleaved. Nice. So it looks like I've started out with an axe. Axes in this game give you automatic cleaving on the 3 tiles in front of you, so you're able to, like, kind of AoE DPS, I guess. So anyways, I'm just going to control with the mouse for right now, and we'll kind of move on around. One thing I do like about the game, sound design, quite good actually. They made good selection of, I think, the sound effects that are going to be used inside the confines of the game. I think that the gold pickup, the door opening, the attack, it all sounds very nice. It sounds very visceral. We've got an absolute fleet of bats over here. Let me see what I can pull off. The cleaving actually did us pretty good right there. I think the cleaving will probably do us pretty well against these rats, too, if I can actually get inside the room. Unfortunately, they're being smart and they're moving to flanking positions right now, which is rough. Our hand axe only does 4 damage. I think I'm probably going to... I'm going to press the C key here, get on into my inventory. We're going to swap in the longsword because it does a lot more damage, but unfortunately, the trade-off there is that we're going to have to give up our cleaving. We do have some gold coins. In this game, you get XP for doing just about everything, picking up gold coins, finding treasure, killing enemies, so on and so forth. If you wanted to... Oh, I can... Wait, I can move diagonals? I guess I can move diagonals. I played the ogre earlier, and I wasn't allowed to move diagonals. I figured that that was just a hallmark of being a large class, but I guess not. The ground here does matter, in case you were wondering. These vines right here, they make you unstable. Anybody that stands on top of an unstable surface is automatically crit every time they're attacked. In addition, you may have noted that that rat right there was asleep. If you attack an enemy that's unaware, they also automatically take a crit. I'm going to go ahead, and we don't have cleaving anymore, so I don't know why I'm angling to line everybody up. This should be an experience fountain. It's going to mean that I think we get double XP for everything that we do. Health potion right there, that's great. Unfortunately, not a lot of food to go around, but we did get some throwing nets. Looks like the throwing nets are going to trap enemies for 8 turns, actually. That's not too bad for isolating and eliminating enemies. Let's go ahead and we'll smack this guy right here and get him on out of the way, and I think we've concluded the first leg of the dungeon. I'm going to grab the XP pool while I'm over here, and then we're just going to go ahead on down. These mushrooms, unfortunately, are impassable. You can right-click to interact with an object, such as, like, stairs or a door if you want to. Another damned adventurer come to steal my goblet. I didn't become immortal just to fend off you cursed thieves for all eternity. No matter, my minions will deal with you just like the last dozen would-be heroes we've had this month. The wizard Yendor. If I remember correctly, isn't the staff of Yendor what you're trying to get in NetHack? I can't remember. but I know there's lots of games that reference Yendor because it's from one of the classic games. I never really got into NetHack. These guys aren't aware of me yet. Go ahead and crit him down. Crit him down. Apparently, I'm an especially sneaky troll. We got a potion of energy right there, too, which is great. So we hit level 2. That means we get an attribute point. We can decide where we want to put it. You can put it into strength, which gives you damage and hit points and encumbrance. You can put it into dexterity, which makes you faster, gives you better range damage, and gives you a chance to evade. Or you can put it into intelligence, which is going to give you a baseline level of MP. It's going to increase your staff damage, and it's going to increase your spell damage if you had spells. In addition, down here, you have a number of things that are talents that are linked to the weapons that you're going to be using, and also to the class that you have selected. So right now, we have Charge. That allows us to charge an enemy and attack in a single turn. And if they are crushed against a wall, it will give us double damage. That's pretty good. I'm just going to play to our strong points right now. I don't see any reason to try to get crazy with our stat distribution. Let's just go all in on strength. No enemies inside this room right here. I don't know if we can interact with the fireplace or not. It looks like that's going to be a resounding no. XP boost is about to fall off. This is a glyph door. Usually there's something bad behind it. I don't really care about things that are bad because I was trying to capitalize on that XP bonus that we had. Looks like we got some shoes over here. We can equip them. They're not really going to help us much. They'll give us more MP, but they'll use up one of our 13 encumbrance. Your encumbrance is basically a stat that determines the maximum amount of gear that you can put on your character at any given time. Smaller characters obviously can't wear quite as much gear. Bigger characters can wear way more gear and heavier gear of it if they desire to do so. Nothing over on that side. We do have a whole bunch of soldiers here, though. Looks like they blew themselves up on fire mushroom mines. I'm going to go ahead and charge that guy right there, take those two out, and it looks like it was easy peasy lemon squeezy to resolve. If you're wondering what the UI is denoting, up here in the top right corner of the screen, we've got our HP, we've got our food points, we've got our MP, we've got our speed points, and then we've also got our XP right here in the center. Glyph door, sure. Looks like there's a bunch of bears inside this room. Ow. He went into berserk mode, which means he's going to knock me back every single time that he hits me. And it wasn't even for good loot. All that we got out of there, unfortunately, was an energy potion, which is going to be absolutely less than helpful. I'm going to hang out here for a second and just regenerate for a minute. That is going to kind of put our food points at odds, and we haven't actually picked up any more food as of right now. Looks like there's a note right here. We attack in the morning. Uh-oh. Can we go inside the little hut? Nope, we can't go inside the little hut. I'm going to guess that the attack has already been levied. This guy's unstable, so I'm going to go ahead and take him out. He's a summoner. Quick little piece of advice. Any enemy that summons things, if you kill them, the summons go away. I hear something behind us. Not great. Bugs coming out of the walls. I don't think this will be the end of us. Oh, it may very well be the end of us. Never mind. We'll go ahead and wipe these guys out. Looks like we've got some pretty serious poison on us here. That's what that yellow is on our health bar. I'm going to wait it out. We'll go ahead and eat some food, actually, to get our food points back because we are reliant on the food in order to keep our HP up since we regenerate super fast, but unfortunately drain down our health. I do like the layering in this game, so they actually have kind of like... They are not true actual Z levels, but they are kind of like, I guess, perspective Z levels, and I like that very, very much. Let's see if I can drag some of these turds. I was going to say, if we can drag them into the grass right there, when the mushrooms go off, it'll blow them all up. Just going to hang out here for a minute. These guys are a little tough. I think we're going to have to use a healing potion. And this guy is a named enemy, which is all kinds of bad for us. I'm going to run away and regenerate for a minute. Hopefully not pull any more enemies. Unfortunately, we've got a, like, legendary life-draining bat right there, too. Don't know exactly what my plan is right now. In fact, I'm not sure that I have one. We may be entirely hosed here. It is a roguelike after all. Eat the food for health. He berserked, but we got him. I'm going to go back upstairs. It looks like they can follow me in between levels. That's okay, though, because my intent here is just to kind of light him up with a little bit of damage. Whoa, we made it on out of it, and we hit level 3. Good God. We went through just about everything that we possibly had right there. The good news is whenever you come across like a legendary creature or something like that, they're going to drop loot. And so what a lot of people may notice about this game is that there's not really a ton of loot to go around. The loot is few and far between, except for consumables. I think that's kind of for a reason. The loot in this game is actually really, really meaningful. When you pick something up, it has like a very real effect on your long-term gameplay. So like we got this ring right here. We steal life from monsters that we kill. Very, very nice. So every time we kill an enemy, we get 1 HP. It's not much, but it's something. We can get, with what we have here, we can either take Weapon Mastery, which gives us a little bit more damage on our attack, or we can take HP. I do feel like our damage was a little bit low for some of those tougher critters that we were beating on, so extra damage may help us stay out of the fight by killing them faster. There's a healing pool right there. That's really, really good. Kill that archer, grab these coins. There are vendors and things around, although most of the vendors, in my experience, while I've been testing the game out, they don't tend to show up until you're down like 4 or 5 levels. Use the passageway to the throne room. Oh, okay, there was a secret over here. All right, well, let's finish off the level first and make sure we find everything. I don't think we can strike or break the barrels, although I do think that breakable objects like barrels and things would be helpful. I don't know if we can actually use this bow. I'm gonna try to put it on in just so we have like a ranged attack. Hey, extra food, very nice. Definitely take that, and it looks like we've actually tapped out this area. Hopefully this next floor is a little bit more merciful than the last floor. This guy's gonna shoot fireballs at us. They do move on a turn-by-turn basis, so I would recommend that you dodge them, especially considering we're kind of weak to like, oh my god, this spider damage, dude. Oh boy. We actually don't have a ton of options here. I do think that spiders will be the death of me. Oh boy. Alright. Well, when you get rogueliked, you get rogueliked. It is what it is. We made it through the smoke bomb. Ah, I got killed by a goblin fire mage. I was trying to sneak through the smoke where they wouldn't be able to see me. Okay, well, that's fine. That's a roguelike, man. That's the way that it goes. I do like the idea of a storm mage. A storm mage seems kind of sick. Yeah, let's try a troll. Let's try... Well, actually, the vampire has no regen, but they heal HP when they step on blood. All right, so here we are in the dungeon. It looks like we've got a little zappy boy attack over here, but it uses up the vast majority of our mana. So we may have to, like, leverage that into hitting things a little bit, like, in a line, basically. I don't know if it stops when it collides with the first person that gets hit. Bad over there. 31 damage, wow. Mana appears to come back reasonably quickly. There is a bow right there. That's out of range. That only goes out to there. Okay. Well, he's now down. And as you can see, lightning arcs to water. There are environmental effects in this game. So, like, if your character is in water, you take double damage from lightning. You take half damage from fire. I would like to see that be a little bit more consequential. So, like, if I step down into the water, we're unstable and we're wet, which means we get auto crit and we take double damage from lightning and half damage from water. But when you get out, the wetness goes away instantly. I see no reason why the wetness shouldn't last for, like, 30 turns or so that you can douse yourself, you know, if you're in a room full of fire guys. It does look like it penetrates, so that's good to know. We deal terrible damage with our stick. I may have gotten myself into trouble here. I think we're going to be highly reliant on, like, one-shotting everything that comes after us. Luckily, he blew himself up with just, like, mushrooms, so that's okay. We don't get food points from... It's kind of interesting that the vampire has food points. I figured he would not have food points. I actually don't really know what my plan is here. I think if I wait till right there, I can get all of them in a row. I need one of those spawners to go away, and then I need to disengage and get my mana back. We definitely have to play a little bit more cautiously as a mage. Okay. I'm gonna wait right here until I know I have mana. Oh. It looks like there's a hard set limit on how many rats can spawn from each one of those little hives right there. Actually, I should probably go drink the rat blood real quick. There we go. The lack of regeneration is definitely going to make this complicated. And we haven't leveled up yet. I'm a little bit worried. We might be playing on hard mode right now. Energy fountain, though. That's pretty cool. So does that mean we just have, like, restores 1 MP every 2 turns? Okay. It's not, like, crazy ideal, but it's not, like, bad either. All right, let's step on through a door. I kind of want to relegate most of my fighting to hallways here. Yeah, that fireball. Yikes. There we go. 6 chakrams and some gold. I'll take the gold for sure. All right, he's been vaporized. Oh, my energy regen went off. Okay. Let's go ahead and run from this little archer right here. It doesn't look like I can close doors behind me. Just trying to maximize my chances of survival by staying behind corners. There we go. We'll vaporize him right there. It looks like I get maximum MP if I use the... Oh my goodness gracious. Alright. This is bad. I gotta clear a hole here. Okay, we barely got out of that one in one piece. Can I throw a... Yeah, throw a chakram at those guys. Don't ignore, like, definitely don't ignore your consumables in this game. Oh, dude, there's more of you idiots. Good lord. Alright. Just one step at a time. We're fighting our way through this, but playing as a caster is definitely requiring a little bit more thought. Zap him since he's a bigger deal. He came back. We've got javelins too. How do the javelins work? Looks like they're just like direct target. Okay. That's fine. Like, the more throwable stuff I have, the less I have to use my magic, and I think we verified really that fighting in melee is a terrible plan as this character. Let's get some more mana points. So we've got a Shroud of Wind that has a chance to reflect projectiles, and we have Mental Clarity. Okay, we'll play around with those in just a minute. We got these gloves that give us extra mana too, so we're almost up to 3 casts. Well, I thought we were in good shape till they spread out like that. I was gonna hold my ground, but I'm kind of regretting it now. Okay. XP pool down here. We keep finding the XP pools like when we're ready to leave and there's no enemies left. It's like the universe knows. We have no healing utilities left. So in the off chance we get a hot drop just into kind of... Oh yeah, I have chakrams. There we go. Chakrams took care of it, and we just got another legendary item. This right here is the Flute of the Scavengers. When you blow into this flute, it summons 5 rats that protect you to the death. And so anyways, as per usual, I am the Rat King. Can't get him right there. Can I get him with a javelin? I can get him with a javelin. Very nice. And we got a talent point right there. I don't know if I want to crack open that rune door just yet. I'm a little bit worried about it. I'm going to take more mana. I just need to be able to spam spells much more aggressively. And until I get to that point, I don't think that this is ever going to get easier on our character. Like, really, we're doing the classic mage in an RPG thing where we start out really weak, but with time, we become strong. Javelin that guy. Javelin that guy. There we go. Nice multi-kill right there. Nice little kill right there. Go ahead and get him with a javelin. Now that I got some throwables, I'm a little bit less worried. What does that say? All minions reminded that drinking on the job is strictly forbidden. Man, Dungeon Overlord's really cracking down lately. All anybody really wants is a little tipple. You know, top up, wet the old whistle. But unfortunately, the Overlord just doesn't want to have it. Then again, he does have kind of ravenous treasure-scooping adventurers. Ooh, what are you, a Wand of Confusion? Confuses one or more creatures, causing them to attack their friends. Good. I can put that on a boss or something if we come across him. Nothing down that way. All right, let's come back around here. I think we're actually in solid shape, although we will want to remember that that healing pool is right there so that we can come back and get it. Maybe I will open this. I regret all my decisions. There we go. Just confuse everybody. I am out of bananas, though. There we go. I was trying to get him to step on that mushroom right there and kill him off. I do like the amount of thought that goes into the game. Like, it has the appearance of being a very simplistic roguelike, but actually you do have to choose your footing really, really carefully in order to optimize and use traps to your advantage, especially if you're playing a class that really can't take the brunt or the heat of frontline fighting. Kind of wanted to wait for my mana to recharge, but I think I can fight a rat. I'm not that worried about fighting a... Oh, no. Okay, we've been teleport trapped. Let's go ahead and hit him with a javelin just to get him out of our business. Can I hit him with a javelin from here? I cannot. All right, let's step over this way then. What about now? Still no. Yeah, let's summon some rats, dude. Let's summon a crazy amount of rats. That was actually immensely satisfying. And this has the additive effect of, like, it puts blood everywhere. Like, I can actually eat my own minions and everything, too. Sweet. Nice. Yeah, it just creates, like, a blood buffet. Ooh, throwing nets. Definitely gonna need those. Energy fountain. Your mana and speed points. We'll hold on to that for a second until we know we're gonna need it. Okay, Shaman tried to teleport away. We got the Shaman, though, so that's good. Let me get my mana back. Yeah, somebody's getting healed out here. Big time. I think we're going to have to fall back on old tricks. Ooh, dodged his bullet. He's got 3 bullets right there. Okay, we got him. Oh, man. I do like how complicated it is to avoid some of the rare spawns, though. Like, it really does make you think. There are really cerebral moments in this game where, like, they fire grids of bullets that only move forward 1 per turn, and you got to figure out how to weave through it while at the same time getting some form of DPS off. I dig it. We got another attribute point right here, and you know exactly what I'm going to do with it. I'm just going to keep dumping everything into intelligence like I don't see any other option. Let's see. What is this? The Totem of Dexterity. Just gives us +2 dex. It says it can go in my shield slot, so I might as well. I think that'll give us 6% evade. Yeah, nothing to really... What does that do? Completely restores your HP, gets rid of negative physical effects, increases your defense to all damage types for 50 turns. Okay, so that's an oh damn button. That's one of those things that you push. That's an ODB right there. That's one of those, like, pull the ripcord type deals. If something's going really, really wrong, I'll hold on to it for sure. Oh, free shield. Okay. I'll sell it to the vendor if we come across him. Ew, spiders. Don't love that. That spider's aware of us. Let's go ahead and javelin him, and then we'll chakram those guys. I just don't want them, like, anywhere near me. poison in this game is a very, very real concern that I would rather not kind of poke the tiger on. Doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to work for me very well. All right, so we've made it to the next biome, and we got a refill on our javelins, dude, which I've been leaning on pretty heavily. Yeah, go ahead and rat me out of this. Got no mana left. The bees definitely won that fight. Oh boy. Wand of Confusion, those two. Chakram them both, good god. Okay, well, things are getting more difficult. I'm having to think about my turns a little bit better. Definitely need some mana, though. There we go. I love the little effects like the lightning crackling and traveling along the surface of the water. That's good. Shock reads. So if you step on these, so I can actually shoot those too. Man, I don't want to deal with you. Trying to get my mana back out here. Unfortunately, everything on Earth wants me dead. Oh, I get mana back from eating. I didn't realize. I thought you only got health back from eating. Okay, that's good to know. There we go. I wanted him in a straight line for the old chakram hit. Get some health back real fast from all the blood pools. Well, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this game so far. Like, this is a nice little classical roguelike. It's called Rogue Fable III. I've never heard of the first two previous ones, but I am a roguelike fan. I've played a lot of roguelikes, and this one seems to be very, very satisfying. Everything seems to be constructed reasonably well. Obviously, it's a little bit low budget on the visual aspect, but I think they picked really good color palettes, and it's got nice saturation, and each of the characters is visually distinct from one another. I tend to be a fan of games where you start out with kind of like a paper doll, and as you equip equipment, your character changes their appearance. But since everything else functions really, really well and is actually done very well, I don't think that I really have a problem with really anything in this game thus far. I'm pretty happy with it. So anyways, you can check it out down below in the description. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Guess we could take a look at the options, but it looks like it's pretty bare bones. We've just got sound, music toggles, a full screen toggle, autofocus camera is on, HP and MP text is also in there. And so anyways, oh, you can have little tags on your character. Okay, I like that. I like that. Just so I don't have to, like, move my eyes and look up to the top right. That's a nice little quality of life addition. I'll take it. But yeah, this is Rogue Fable 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be back tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Bye, everybody.